All-star point guard, triple drive, kick out. Triple doubles or bubbles, and then I dip out. Easy money sniper, Columba, Mamba, hit you like a viper. Arrived at the game wet like the ocean. Analytics analyze that I'm open. Spread the game around, now make a wish. Hand down, man down, three, swish.
I'm focused. I can't miss, I must have been hypnotized by a hypnotist. Cause every shot I take is every shot I hit. Rim bigger than the ocean, it's nothing but net.
I've been balling since I can remember. Papered up like a printer, go hard in the paper. I put some paint where it ain't. You suckers' feet is too little to try to fit in my shoes. I'm a dog and I'm trained to go, got them grown man moves.
You know where it go? Yeah, it's going through. I'm locked in, like a beast at the zoo. I'm locked in, kinda like the mama do. Sorry, Jalen, tonight I go for 82.
You're a jump shot, it's all night long. Bitch, I'm by the ball all night long. Yeah, type of energy to keep the lights on. Yeah, they gon' say it with me like a fight song. I'm locked in, I'm locked in, okay, I'm locked in. I can't lose no way, I'm locked in, I'm locked in, okay, I'm locked in, I can't lose no way.
Here in the Hollywood Hills, yes, the Big 3 is back. Season 5, it's coming in for a landing, and the stars have come out in full force here at the Microsoft Lounge in Los Angeles. Katina Mobley, champion with power 4 years ago. Franklin Session, Frank Nitti of the Killer Threes, and Coop, Michael Cooper, leading the way for New Look Threes Company in 2022. And great to be here with all of you. I'm Ed Cohen. Yes, another draft night in the Big 3, and what way to start it off than with the one and only Ice Cube.
What's up, Ed? How you doing, man? It's great to be back. Season 5. Let's do this.
Think about that. Season 5, when you hear those words, Cube, what goes through your mind?
You know, pride. This is a league that, you know, we started in 2017, and we were able to get some great people to buy into a vision. And, you know, we've had some great years. You know, we had to, you know, go through a pandemic, and we came out the other side. So it's great to be here, year 5. I think the competition is going to be, you know, more incredible than ever this year because the competition is so stiff. The teams are starting off strong, and if they just get what they need in this draft tonight, sky's the limit.
Yeah, we always look at, in the Big 3, what's new for the next season. And something new this year, NFT, public ownership. What has this meant so far to the Big 3?
It's been great. You know, as you know, our teams are not connected to cities. We're connected to fans. And so to have communities that are already enthusiastic to get behind us, you know, from V-Friends to Krause House to D-Gods, it's just been amazing to see the enthusiasm behind the league and to see how they're going to help us grow this league. Got a lot of talented people in those communities, so we're excited to see, you know, them put that effort behind the Big 3.
A new wrinkle here for the Big 3 here in Season 5. Obviously, the Big 3 ahead of so many others in terms of buying into what's new. Analytics playing such a big part this season in the Big 3, and Microsoft is at the front of the line.
The crew from Microsoft and Noah Basketball had worked to install Azure Connect cameras on top of each of the hoops. And what that's going to do, those are our depth sensing cameras. That's going to actually allow us to see every shot from the floor across all 8 active hoops. all 70-plus players. Every one of their shots, we're going to understand the arc and angle of entry, as well as the left to right where it's entering the rim. We brought our Surface Hub 2, which is our largest monitor to show it here at the Combine, as well as the Surface tablets. So each of the coaches is going to have our newest tablet to be able to draw up plays, to be able to see the data in real time and see how their players are doing. Who's hot, who's not.
This is vital to players getting better. I really believe in it.
I'm loving watching these guys, and especially I can't wait to get the analytics from the cameras as you see above.
I call it the shot doctor, but it shows, you know, where guys are hitting, where guys are missing. It shows the arc of the ball. So if you look at your percentages and say, hey, if I shoot 45 degrees, I can make more baskets than if I shoot 50 degrees. You need the analytics. And hey, it's powered by Microsoft.
All right, here at the Microsoft Lounge, only fitting that they're our host here today. But, Cube, you think about what analytics means to the game of basketball, certainly to the Big Three. Great to see the technology on full display at the Combine a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, you know, how far we've come with the technology. Having Microsoft, you know, the world leader in technology, to be there to help our players understand their game more, the coaches, the fans. I think everybody loves this stuff. You can't get enough of this kind of stuff. So it's just amazing that we got a chance to use it for this season in the Big Three and for years to come.
Well, you think about the Big Three, it's season 5. You think about this draft here tonight, 22 players will go to the 12 teams over 2 rounds. And obviously, they're gunning for the defending champion. Last year in the Bahamas, it all came together for Trilogy.
In 2021, Trilogy took to the court in a quest to become the first Big Three team to win championship rings twice. Right away, Trilogy put the ball in the hands of rookie Gerald Green, and their first game ended in a very fitting way.
Jack the pull-up, Trilogy to victory in Vegas.
The regular season took many twists and turns, but one name continued to pop up.
Jack for the win. Got it!
Trilogy finished 4th in the regular season, just enough to qualify for the playoffs. They arrived in the Bahamas and got down to business against top seed Tri-State.
Our first 4-point game, Jack for 3! What a game! 50 points, and Trilogy punches his ticket to the championship.
The championship game was billed as the Brawl in the Bahamas, for good reason. Gary Payton's three-headed monsters were aggressive and ran away to a 13-point lead by halftime. But Trilogy mounted a furious comeback with a weapon that wasn't so secret anymore, Gerald Green.
Gerald Green, the 3, got it! And the win!
Trilogy captured the crown.
Man, to be honest, man, this is crazy. My first time hitting a game winner in front of my son, so I'm happy for him to be part of it.
Trilogy, your 2021 Big 3 champion.
Oh, what a spectacle it was in the Bahamas 1 year ago. Trilogy, their second Big Three championship. They won the first year in 2017. They're going to miss Gerald Jack, but James White, he's been there the entire time. He's now the captain, and they've got a really good squad again under Steven Jackson.
Hey, this squad has always set the tone for the Big Three. From the year 1, when they went 10-0 and won the championship, and now they back at it winning championships. They got the pedigree with James White, and you know they've been you know, one of the creams of the crop, and so I wasn't surprised to see them win it all last year. You know, they did lose their captain, but James White, I think he'll be able to instill that pedigree to the new guys.
No, one thing's for sure, Steven Jackson is a proven winner at the NBA level, at the Big Three level as well. It's always fun to be the hunted. Trilogy, the team everyone's going to try and knock off here in 2022 in Season 5. Big 3 draft. We have 22 picks, 10 in round 1, 12 in round 2. Three-headed monsters, Trilogy, will each select once in the second round. They get 4 players back from last year, having made the championship game. How exactly was the draft order decided? Let's check in with the third member of our team and say hello to Tattoo.
Hey, Ed, thank you, man. Your boy Tattoo hanging out right here, patio area of the beautiful Microsoft Lounge. And speaking of beautiful, Las Vegas held it down for the 2022 Big 3 Draft Pool. Let's take you back right now to beautiful Vegas and show you what happened. Everyone from league owner Ice Cube came out to commissioner, the one and only Clyde the Glide Drexler. The environment was fire. Everyone excited for that first pick. Who got it? The first ball went to enemies. And you gotta love it. Congratulations to Power. They got that lucky first round pick, and we're all excited to see who they're gonna go with right here at the Microsoft Lounge for the 2022 Big 3 Draft Pool. All the way live, it's your boy Tattoo, sending it back to you, Ed.
All right, Tattoo, and here is the draft order in round one. Power is gonna go first, Aliens the second pick, all Hogs will have 2 picks in the first 11. They have the first pick in round 2. And there is Power picking first all the way down. The Enemies pick number 10 in the first round of this 2022 Big 3 Draft. And here to break it down, Thomas Scott, head of player development for the Big 3. Jim Jackson. And guys, here we are once again. Thomas, let's start with you. What goes into the process in deciding what do teams need, who's in the pool, who's going to be selected tonight?
Well, I think it has a combination of 4 things. I think it's versatility, the overall size and build of the player, their motor, right? A lot of these guys are coming in off the bench and trying to give their team a spark, and then just their overall basketball IQ. And then lastly, can they create mismatches? And then when they're in a mismatch, can they hold their own? So I think those are the things a lot of the captains and coaches are trying to look into.
Jimmy, you think about 3-on-3, especially in the Big 3. Thomas mentioned the scoring. Rebounding's huge. Guards who can space the floor. And the team that can find that fit, that last piece, very well could be the winner.
But if you look at from the beginning of the Big 3 was power basketball when Trilogy won it first, okay? But then that kind of changed a little bit more because you want to have finesse, you want to have three-point shooting. You also want to have pick-and-roll play. So you got to have a combination, I think, of a lot of different tangibles and high IQ, of course. Saw that with Power, able to win it, despite Coutinho being here. That doesn't matter a lot at all whatsoever. But that's the key. I think you got to find the ones that fit. The ability to shoot the basketball, rebound the basketball, and play some interior defense.
Well, we are closing in on the first pick in this 2022 Big 3 Draft. Let's go to Ice Cube to get us started.
Welcome to the Big 3 2022 Draft. And right now we have Power with the number 1 pick, and you're on the clock.
It's Power, led by Nancy Lieberman, champions a couple of years ago in 2018. And guys, Nancy Lieberman's mother, Renee, passed away earlier this week at the age of 92. We send our condolences to the Hall of Famer, Lady Magic, Nancy Lieberman. But Nancy, as you join us here on Microsoft Teams, we know how much it meant to you to be here for draft night.
Well, thank you for the kind words about my mom. But this is important. You know, she would watch the games. She enjoyed it. She, she started naming Ice Cube as her favorite rapper. She told me that a couple years ago. So we helped her with her culture, and now we get a chance to make her proud.
When you think about what your team is looking for here tonight, number 1, you bring back Katina Mobley, then Royce White, and you added somebody earlier today to round out your captains in Nikolic Skidashvili, who played a couple of years in the NBA. What might you be looking for in this Big 3 Draft tonight?
Well, I think, Jimmy and Thomas hit it. You're looking for high IQ. You're looking for versatility. You're looking for somebody who knows how to play this game in multiple sets, whether it's, finding the open shooter or coming out of, pick and roll. There was so much talent at the Combine. It was phenomenal. So this draft is going to be crucial to everybody. But, we have spots to fill, and, we think there are enough great players out there for us to do that.
Nancy, quick question for you. Since winning a couple years ago to now, how have you evolved as a coach, schematically, but also, I think, systematically with the team now coming into this year?
That's a great question. Really, the first year I was just filling out the roster, and really I have to give Clyde Drexler a lot of credit because I inherited, championship men and a mentality, a team that went to the finals. We had pros with Corey Maggette and Chris Anderson, Birdman. Not too many players have done what Cuttino Mobley, our captain, has done in his career. Quentin Richardson, we had amazing players, including Glenn Davis. So my job was just to give them some areas to work on, but to stay out of their way and just let them play a game that they're really good at. We've had injuries the last couple of years. Really, we start and stop with Cuttino Mobley, and I believe in my heart that if Cat did not get hurt the last 2 years, we would continue to be contending for a title. So now we have to build around him and around Royce and about Nicholas, and we're looking forward to it.
All right, Nancy, Power, you're on the clock. Are you ready to make the first pick of this 2022 Big 3 draft?
Yes, we are. Power with the first pick of the draft. Blessed by our captains, Royce White and Cuttino Mobley, we will select Glenn Rice Jr. with our first pick.
Oh. Glenn Rice Jr. Okay. Well, he is a member of Power. Nancy, thanks so much. All the best here this season in 2022. Thomas, your initial thoughts on the first pick?
Well, I had Glenn Rice up there. I didn't know if he was going to go first round, second round, but he's one of the best scorers in the draft. I mean, comes from a good pedigree, obviously. Glenn Rice Sr., we know what he could do. So Glenn Rice Jr. doesn't fall short of the tree. So I think this is good for them because it gives them another way to score. If Cuttino wants to play off the ball, on the ball, he's got another target, and he's aggressive. He can get to the rim, he's young, and he's athletic.
All right, Kat, you know who your next teammate is. Glenn Rice Jr., member of Power, has Coop. Nice assist there, by the way. What are your thoughts in terms of the fit?
Pass to the score, Coop.
Glenn Rice Jr. joins Power. So you guys are at 4 players right now. Nancy put so much time into thinking of, hey, who's the right fit for us? What do you like about this pick?
No, I love the pick. When you're playing in this game is physical. Yeah. And, we want to be able to be versatile and be able to switch on defense and on offense. Listen, everybody, everybody can score on our team. So we can be able to make for each other. I think it'll be harder for the defense to be able to play us. And, we have younger, faster guys like Frank Nitti and the Killer Threes, that we have to help each other. So, I figure Glenn Rice Jr. is younger. He's mobile, and he can be able to help my old self.
Power 4-4 last year, trying to get back to the playoffs, trying to win the championship. Once again, you guys were winners in 2018. So Power taking Glenn Rice Jr. with the first pick. And guys, the Aliens are on the clock. The Aliens under Rick Mahorn. And this is a different kind of team. And you know what? Ice Cube, the pick is in. Take it away.
Okay. With the number 2 pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the Aliens select Deshaun Stevens.
Deshaun Stevens.
Okay.
Tell us about him.
Yeah, well, he's long, he's athletic, he can defend, he plays above the rim. And if you look at their team, with Dusan Ballou and his skill in pick and roll, you got a guy that can play on the backside, cut off it, play off the ball and get offensive rebounds as well. Long guy, guard defensively, bigs and smalls. So this is a good pick. It fits into the intangibles.
Oh, we're joined now by the new captain of the Aliens. That's Dusan Ballou. Dusan, thanks so much for joining us. What do you like about this pick for the Aliens?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Well, it's great to be with you.
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
No, Deshaun Stevens, Dusan, is now on your team. What do you like about this pick for the Aliens this season?
So the first thing that we wanted to do is to get some size because this league is, unbelievable physical, and we needed somebody who can protect the paint, but also, in offensive end, he's a lob threat. He can post up people. And, I saw this guy because I follow this regional league here in Serbia. He played for Igokea, so I like him very much. So I think we can do a lot of damage with him.
Okay, so how do you feel like you're going to use him? Is he going to be a more so on the ball, off the ball guy? I know he's pretty versatile, but I would love to hear your thoughts on how you guys may use him offensively.
We will try to use his, advantages, and I think he will be a really great asset to our team because we're gonna bring a little bit more European style of basketball this summer in US. So I hope it's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dusan, you have a great crew coming back. You add DeShawn Stevens, but you merge with Tomislav Ivasev and Carlos Lasmanis. I mean, these are guys you've grown up with, guys you played with 3-on-3. What do you like most about the makeup of this team this season under Rick Mahorn?
It was pretty much unexpected, and after that call that we're gonna be a team, I was so happy because once again I can play with my ex-teammate Toma Ivoshev, but also my rivalry in the last couple of years, Carlos Lasmanis. He's young, he's athletic, he's fierce, he likes to compete. So I think he's gonna be really, really fun, and he's gonna be really, I think, hopefully excited for the whole league, putting us together.
I can't wait to watch you guys. Dusan Bulut, thank you so much. Aliens with the second pick, and they take DeShawn Stevens in this 2022 Big 3 draft. Ghost Ballers, they're next. They're on the clock, and the pick is in. Let's go over to Ice Cube.
With the number 3 pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the Ghost Ballers select Darnell Jackson.
Yep.
Who's in the house.
Darnell Jackson back in the Big 3, and now he is a member of the Ghost Ballers. Thomas, your first thoughts as he
Good to see you,
enters the Microsoft Lounge.
Yeah, man, I like this pick. I think he's the best big available. I have him on my list as a top big, has experience in the Big 3. He can play as a playmaker at the elbow on the block. He can bang down low. He actually has a little bit of range at the 3. We saw some of his analytics earlier, and, he can shoot it on the left side.
Hey, D-Block, you go from power a year ago, and now you're a member of the Ghost Ballers. You joined George Gervin's squad. This a team with great balance. Where do you feel you fit in?
Honestly, I feel like I fit in everywhere. I'm playing my role.
Man, they just told me Jonathan Simmons is still available.
I'm a very high-Q guy on the court. I'm very unselfish. I'm just going to do what it takes to win this game.
Yeah, and you know what? You set mean picks, too. that cannot be ignored.
Well, that's what it is. You got to bring toughness.
I wish I played with you.
Yeah, but D, let me ask you this, though. With the pick and pop game, especially in pick and roll, in 3-on-3 to spread the court, how does that add value to what you want to do with your team?
Well, we have Ricky. He's a vet. So playing with a vet like that understands the game of basketball, it makes it easy for me. So just reading the defense, I can hold multiple positions. I'm not scared to shoot the ball from the 3 or play on the inside. We're just going to play the right way.
Hey, Darnell, Las Vegas at the Combine a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look at your analytics, the Microsoft shot chart from the Combine.
Okay.
And obviously, this explains so much about best shots taken, where they make, where they miss.
Yeah.
Take us through it.
I mean, when you see it, you have good arc, you know what I mean? You got 4-point range, 3-point range, and we break it down. Earlier we saw it a little bit more in depth, a lot more on the left side for you. You like to pop going left.
Well, I love getting the ball on the left side of the floor. I feel like I can get more to my strong hand that's to the right, and I can go back over my left shoulder, and especially on picking and popping for the 18-foot or the 3, I feel like I'm more consistent on the left side of the floor and a little bit at the top of the key.
Well, Darnell, you're now a member of the Ghost Ballers, and we are joined now by your captain. He could always get a bucket or two at will. That's Ricky Davis. Hey, Ricky, thanks for joining us on Microsoft Teams. What do you think about the pick and your new teammate here in D-Block?
Talking to him now. Man, that's a great pick. That's what we needed. We needed somebody inside, that can go down there and be versatile, be inside, be outside. Somebody could mix good with me, Mike, and Chris. and can make us a challenger in this Big 3 Season 5. We're trying to get to the Bahamas this year, so we needed Darnell.
Oh, Darnell, you think about the fit. Obviously, you're with Ricky, Chris Johnson, Mike Taylor. Ricky, you could speak to this. Mike Taylor means so much to this Ghost Ballers team. Last year, you really missed him. How excited are you to have him back at full health?
Man, I'm so excited. With Mike, he's a very big piece to our Ghost Baller, our unit. So, to have him back 100% is what we need, to get us full steam ahead in these first few games of the Big 3.
All right, Ricky Davis, captain of the Ghost Ballers. Darnell, congratulations. Third pick, D-Block 2022. D-Block is a Ghost Baller. And hey, the pick is in for the team selecting fourth, the Ball Hogs. Where will they go? Let's go back to Ice Cube.
With the number 4 pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the Ball Hogs select Stacey Davis.
Okay.
Stacey Davis.
Thomas, you're nodding. What do you like about the pick?
Well, he's a 6'6" guard out of Pepperdine. He can shoot it. He can score. Second all-time leading scorer out of Pepperdine, but also second all-time leading rebounder, which I think is pretty crucial for our league. And I think they may have found a diamond in the rough a little bit, and they know a little bit more than what I know. So we'll see.
Well, but the problem was with last year with Ball Hogs, it was not that they didn't have talent, they just couldn't finish games. Remember how many games they had where they were leading, but then late in game situations they weren't able to finish. And one thing Rick Barry said about his team was that we love to take a lot of shots, a lot of three-pointers, we just wasn't as efficient at it. Now you're adding another shooter on the court that can knock down some shots. So the ability to knock down shots, but then now let's see what size and rebounding can you finish.
Exactly. And they can move. They play off the ball a lot, and then Leandro Barbosa getting into the paint.
That's right.
Kicking it out to other shooters like Jody Meeks and Stacey Davis. He's young and can shoot it and play without the ball. It might be a steal.
You guys talk about the shooting. You think about the guards on this team. There's the captain, Leandro Barbosa. There's also Jody Meeks, and he joins us now via Microsoft Teams. Jody, you add another shooter to the mix. The Ball Hogs could be dangerous this year. What do you like about it?
Yeah, we have another year under our belt with myself and Leandro Barbosa, so we thought Stacey would be a good addition to. He's a tough-minded player, and kind of similar to PJ Tucker, so just get his nose into the balls and play well.
Yeah, that versatility we talk about, right? You got to have versatility. You got Leandro Barbosa, who's one of our best scorers in the league. So Stacey come in, play, down low or on the wing. And, look, Ball Hogs got better, from when they started to where they are now.
Well, let me ask you this. Quick question. From a versatility perspective and quickness, adding the size but not adding the big center, how mobile does that keep you, not just offensively, Jody, but also defensively?
Definitely, we can, switch off. All three players can switch. Like you said just now, we started out the games pretty well. Most games we were in pretty much every game. And so if we can finish, we put ourselves in a good position to make the playoffs. So I think this addition will be a good acquisition to our team.
Oh, Jody, you think about where this team was before you got there to the Ball Hogs. First 3 years, 4 combined wins. Last year, you guys won 3 games. This team's slowly but surely getting better. I know you're smiling, but this year could be really exciting for you guys, right?
I think so. I know last year we were a little disappointed. It was me and Barbosa's first year there, so we're used to winning, on every level. So I think this will be a good acquisition for us, and we'll see what happens. But I think we'll, be even better than last year.
Well, Jody, one last thing, too. You watched this league evolve. You came back in. You won games last year. Give me one key to this season for this team.
One, finish games. I'll give you 2 of that.
Okay.
And shoot a little bit better, be a little bit more efficient. We were aggressive. We scored well, but be a little bit more efficient, and that way we can, put ourselves in a better position to win.
All right, Jody, thank you so much. The Ball Hogs, Stacey Davis going 4th overall. Ball Hogs, by the way, first pick in the 2nd round as well in this 2022 Big 3 draft. Three's Company, very intriguing. Michael Beasley is aboard. Mario Chalmers, the captain, who's the latest player to join Michael Cooper's team, over to Cube with the 5th pick in this first round.
With the 5th pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, Three's Company selects Julian Wright.
Ooh.
Big 3 veteran.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Julian Wright is in the right shape. He's the most versatile player in the Big 3. His first year joining, he played with power with Corey Maggette and Coutinho. He knows him very well. I mean, he can play the point, he can play the big, he can pass it, sees over the defense, gets blocks, long arms, can get steals. Very versatile. And you know, there's that Kansas connection right there. So I think it's a good pick for Three's Company and Rio.
Speaking of the Jayhawks, the captain joins us now. It's Mario Chalmers. Mario, hey, you got another Kansas guy in the mix. What do you like about this pick?
Like Thomas said, Juju brings a lot to the court. You know, he's been my teammate before at Kansas, and we have a good connection already. So I'm just trying to look at somewhere where we can build chemistry, fill the little gaps that we need to fulfill, and you know, keep it going. That's the biggest thing for us, is to keep it going.
Rio, now you got Julian Wright. He can play on the ball, off the ball, very versatile. Question is, will you be off the ball? Will you let him run the one?
I definitely will. You know, you gotta give different looks in this 3-on-3 game. That's the biggest thing. You know, the most versatile teams has been the most successful teams in my 2 seasons been playing so far. So just trying to follow the grind and you know, trying to keep add the same thing to my team.
Question for you, Mario. Here's an opportunity to get back, but also how good can Michael Beasley be this year? Because Thomas and I were talking about he could probably be the most talented player in the league once he focuses. But if he comes in with that right mindset, how devastating can this combination be here?
Very devastating. You know, that's a big 1-2 punch right there. You know, we give different looks. Say if something happens to me and I got to come out, you still got Julian Wright. They can run the point. Bees can still run the point. So what I got is a lot of ball handlers that can do multiple things on the court. And, you know, in this game, that's very key. And with Bees, like you said, if he comes in with the right mindset and stays focused, he's going to take the lead by storm, and that's the plan.
All right, Mario, thanks. Can't wait to see you. Week 1 in Chicago, June 18th here in 2022. Let's pivot now to the head coach of Three's Company, Michael Cooper. You're bringing 6'8" Julian Wright. What do you hope to bring out of this team with Julian Wright now in the fold?
Well, I think Mario hit it right on the head. The first thing for our team, because we've been revamped, is going to be chemistry. Guys coming together, understanding what we want to do defensively, and Julian's going to do that for us. Give us a little bit of toughness. The Big 3 is a little bit different because everybody at every position, the players out there, are going to have to be able to create and be mobile off the ball and with the ball. So I think Julian gives us that.
Now, guys, obviously Michael Beasley is as exciting as it gets. Coop, you've got a star in the fold here as a new addition in 2022.
Well, I'm very excited to see him play. I think he's going to...
We can't tell you're excited.
Well, you know what? I've been a little verbal in the years past, and it came up short. But this year, we're very excited about this team. And I think I call him Michael Beasley because I think I'm expecting for him to do that against all teams we play this year.
Should put that on the back of the jersey, Beasley.
You should do it, too. But Mike, I'm going to ask you this. Since the beginning, how have you seen the league change?
Talent. The players are getting bigger, better, stronger, faster, and I think the first couple of years being in this, I think guys just took it for granted to come here and show up. Now you got to be in shape, and I think that's the key, is you got to come play. Power showed us that by all their players coming in shape, and they're beating people, so I think that's the biggest difference about the league.
Yep. All right, Coop, we'll be back with you a little later on here at the Microsoft Lounge. Draft night here in 2022 in the Big 3 in this 5th season, and obviously Three's Company taking Julian Wright with the 5th pick, so they have 1 pick down. All right, triplets, they were the champions. 2019, ISO Joe, the Pargo brothers. Who's going to join them? Let's find out. Cube has the pick.
With the number 6 pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, triplets select Ryan Hollins.
I love it.
Ryan Hollins, guys, he's been with a number of teams in the Big 3. You look at last year the impact he had with Three's Company, but he's joining Joe Johnson and the triplets.
Yeah, I love this pick. If you look at their captains, you know, Jeremy Pargo, Gennaro Pargo, it looks like it's going to be a lot of pick and roll happening. Obviously, with Joe Johnson there, you can give him the ball, he can do his thing, but you're going to need a guy that can be a lob threat, as you see here in the highlights, and also a rim protector, as they lost Al Jefferson. So, you know, Ryan has experience in this big three, and he also is an athlete that plays really hard with that motor that you need and doesn't need the ball. So we all know Joe's going to have it.
That was the key, what you said right there. Ryan doesn't need the ball. He can finish around the rim. He can catch a lob every now and then. He sets solid picks. And if you're Lisa Leslie, one thing you do need is a little rim protection, and you get that from Ryan.
Well, you know that ISO Joe's going to make things happen all by himself. You add somebody who has been with a number of teams in his Big Three career. You'll love to see that. Obviously, it's a different team now, but he should fit right in.
I think he fits right in perfectly. And then another thing, if anybody misses a shot, he might be up there to tip jam something. So, you know, he's just going to bring a lot of energy, a high motor. He knows how to play. He knows what he can't do. And I think that's the key. So playing with this team, the championship caliber team that they have, I think he fits right in.
You know, you think about the triplets guys. You know, Joe Johnson, he's the MVP in 2019. Last year, they're looking good. Obviously, a lot of teams caught fire late, and they lose in the Bahamas. What a moment, Joe Johnson. You think about him getting a hardship deal with the Celtics and playing in the NBA in December, hitting a huge shot. They went crazy at TD Garden. It was awesome.
But I tell you, it goes to the involvement of what the league is all about. And that's something that Ice Cube and Jeff Quanton has always said, is that this is a league that can produce players that can play in the NBA, whether they're former players playing overseas, and we saw that last year with Joe Johnson. Now, he didn't stick, but as you continue to evolve, innovate the league, get better players, now you're going to have more opportunities for young men like Joe, and I say young because I'm old, to be able to get those kind of looks and hopefully be able to stick, so we'll see more multiple players do that.
Well, the head coach of the triplets is Lisa Leslie. Championship 3 years ago, Coach of the Year in the Big Three. Lisa, Ryan Hollins is in the fold. Where do you see him slotting in with the rest of your players?
Well, you know, we have a lot of pieces, as you guys just talked about, with the reigning MVP, two-time MVP, we should say, with Joe Johnson. With the Pargo brothers, you know, we got shots from the outside. We have solid defense, but we needed another rim protector, somebody who can cover that basket. Losing Al is a big loss for us. But to have a guy like Ryan there who's tough, who's physical down low, again, we have the opportunity to lob, but he's also big enough. He can handle pick and rolls and defend. So we're really happy having Ryan joining us. And listen, we didn't finish the way we wanted to, but we had put together 2 really good seasons. And obviously with the pandemic, that threw us off a little bit. But we're excited and ready to go.
Hey, Lisa. You know, you're one of the greatest of all time playing in the post. Are you going to give Ryan a few pointers down there, a couple moves, couple counters?
You know what? You know, as a coach, I just try to come in, and it's not about me trying to implement my game, but hopefully Ryan has good hands, because I am about hands and defense. But I know what he can do down low. I mean, he has a drop step. He has a nice hook shot. He can score in the paint as well. So we'll be looking for him to do that as well.
Hey, Lisa, Jimmy Jackson, listen, how important was it, one, that you got some interior defense, also a guy that can score, but another player that didn't actually need the basketball to have an effect on the game?
Well, I think it's important. I think if you remember where we kind of fell short in the playoffs was really our defense. We could not get stops. And so I felt like inside we just needed a little bit more help. And I believe Ryan can do that for us. He is a person who loves to play defense. He's tough. You know, there's a lot of pick and rolls happening with those switches, and you still need that big guy to be agile enough, and Ryan can do that. But, hey, don't sleep. We got both Gennaro Pargo as well as Jeremy, so we can knock down outside shots from that pick and roll. When people want to double, we have shooters surrounding Joe. So, you know, just one more piece to the puzzle, but it's about us getting back, not just to the playoffs, but, you know, we want to get another ring.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. Triplets pick 7th in round 2. As for what's next, Tri-State, they are on the clock. But before we get to that, hey, how do you get the latest news in the Big Three?
Download the Big 3 app in the App Store and Google Play Store. Exclusive content, stats, highlights, merch, everything you want to know about the Big 3, download the Big 3 app and get it.
All right, Tri-State, they are up next And with the next pick, let's go over to Ice Cube.
With the 7th pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, Tri-State selects DeJuan Summers.
I like it. I was at the Combine. I thought he was the best player at the Combine personally. He can score it in different ways. He's good size, 6'8", 6'9". You know, he played down low, but a little bit more of a wing guy. But, man, maybe somebody a little bit like a Dante Green to compare him to could be a steal. I like it for them.
Another Big East guy, Dante Green, Syracuse, DeJuan Summers, Georgetown. And the ability to space the floor now will help Tri-State.
Well, I mean, 7-3 last year, Dr. J finally kind of found his rhythm with this team. Now you're adding a versatile big. Again, I think we're going to go back and we're going to use this a lot, versatile big. And why that's important, because now when you spread the court, you have more real estate to deal with when you're playing 3-on-3. And people don't realize that, how much in shape you got to be to cover the corner. And when you have a big that can spot out off the pick and roll, especially when you have guards that can shoot it off the dribble, now that gives you not only just a shooter, but also another playmaker that can take care of your guard play.
And, you know, they lost Earl Clark. You know, he's with Trilogy now, another big guy that can create his own shot. And so now you bring in DeJuan Summers, you don't lose that. You know, you actually have that still. So they have a right identity. I think we chose them. I chose them to win it all last year, honestly. And maybe they have a shot for Dr. J to win his own trophy. So we'll see.
They were one of the best teams down the stretch last year. Obviously, get to the Bahamas, they lose in the semifinals. But a huge reason why they had that run, Justin Denman was one of the top 4th players in the Big 3. Justin Denman joins us right now via Microsoft Teams. Justin, DeJuan Summers, he's now in the fold. Where does he slot in for Tri-State?
He slides in right where we want him to be. A guy that can guard 3 to 5, can switch out. And can hold his own in the post. We thought this was a great pick for us. It's hard replacing Earl Clark, 6'10", 3, 4. It's kind of hard to replace him, but we thought DeJuan was a good pick. We actually were scared that he was going to be gone earlier in the draft, but we're glad he fell to us, and he's going to be a very, very good piece for us.
Hey, so obviously you guys got a steal. Talk about just, your makeup last year, but then what you guys have now. Losing Earl, I talked about that, but now you guys have DeJuan Summers. Do you guys feel like you gained or lost a little bit, or what do you think?
I think we gained. Personally, DeJuan can really knock down the mid-range shot. He can create his shot off the dribble, get to the basket, and if we need him to sit in the corner while we do a pick and roll with me and Larry, he can make shots. So I think we gained. Like I said, it's still hard to replace Earl with that, 6'10" and 7-foot wingspan. But I think with our core group and what we're looking to do this year, I think we gained.
Hey, Justin, last year Larry Sanders, Defensive Player of the Year. Now you're drafting DeJuan Summers. Defensively, a lot of times during the games last year, you kind of lost a little focus late in game situation. How does this solidify your defense?
It helps a lot. Like I said, our main focus was to help Larry when Larry gets subbed out. Are we going to miss anything on the defensive end? Because, we built our identity on defense. We had Nate last year who came in, early gave us offense, and me and Larry came off the bench to give us that spark of defense. So I think that this is going to give Larry some, a little bit of rest when he go out, and we don't miss anything.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. Justin Denman with Tri-State. They have made their pick. Bivouac, winless last year, but they have a new look. Gerald Green's in the mix. Gary Payton's their head coach. And who's their first pick of this first round? Let's go back over to Ice Cube.
With the 8th pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the Bivouac select Jeff Ayers.
Ooh, Jeff Ayers, NBA champion with the Spurs.
Yeah. That's a steal, man. I like it. I had him high on my bigs list. And, they got Ike Diagu already, right? And now they got, Jeff Ayers to come in off the bench that can actually shoot a little bit, bang, but plays hard with a motor and attention to just winning basketball. He has no other motive but to win. And I think with Bivouac, and having won, is a guy that can win. So I think they're turning the table a little bit in the right direction.
Well, look, who's coaching this year?
There you go.
Gary Payton. Okay, so Gary's going to tell you, I haven't missed the playoffs. Now, you had the big shot making of Will Bynum. Okay, Gerald Green being able to add athleticism. You got Jeff Ayers. So now you got a different mixture of what we've seen in the past. A team that can be versatile on both ends, also guard. But I think the impact of having Gary Payton try to push the right buttons with the right players makes this team a little bit more formidable this year.
Now, Jimmy, to your point, something new this season. Gary Payton takes over Bivouac. Reggie Theus goes to the veteran-laden three-headed Monsters, but you have a new captain in Gerald Green, new coach, some new personnel, and Will Bynum, Mr. Fake Sham God. Anything is possible.
But also the ability to make shots when you need it down the stretch. We saw that a little bit last year with Will Bynum. But again, I go back to
Hold on, this commercial.
Alley-oop, that's a grown man dunk. Oh! Rocks the rim. The three, and the win. Game over. Bringing the fire one-on-one. Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com. You can get league and team apparel, including jerseys, jackets, hats, and more. Store.big3.com. Download the Big 3 app in the App Store and Google Play Store. Exclusive content, stats, highlights, merch, everything you want to know about the Big 3, download the Big 3 app and get it.
So Bivouac has made their pick in this first round, and it's great to be joined by the captain of Bivouac, and he's really one of the great additions this year to the Big 3, and that is Gerald Green. Gerald, how excited are you to join the best 3-on-3 league in the world?
Man, I'm excited about it. I followed this league, as this open man, and I always told myself I want to be a part of it, and I'm just blessed with this opportunity.
So, what are you excited about? You've watched it a lot on TV, man. What kind of imprint are you going to leave in the Big 3, man?
I mean, I'm excited about the competition. It's a lot of competition out here. It's a lot of former great players out here and great coaches too. So, man, I'm excited to just, do what I've always been blessed to do, and that's score the ball, put on the show. I feel like, one-on-one, I'm, a really tough matchup. But I think it's a lot of players in this league that's a tough matchup. So I think this league is actually great for what I do and what I bring, as far as offensively and how the player that I've always been. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see, what I can do here.
Hey, Gerald, here's a critical question. We know you can get up. We know you can play. But Gary is going to be like this, Coach Payton, the whole time. How you going to be able to handle that when Gary gets into you a little bit more?
You know what? Being over the phone, man, talking to him, going back and forth, man, I have the utmost respect for him and what he's brought to the game of basketball. So, I know that he's a competitor. Everybody knows that shit. He's going to push us to be the best players that we can be. We're all trying to win. So I'm going to be looking for him to be doing that, because I feel like that's going to help us win, and that's going to, give us that, edge, that we need.
Hey, Gerald, real quick, All-Star Weekend in the Bahamas to close the Big 3 season. Can we expect the cupcake and the candle on the rim in the dunk contest like we saw from you 13 years ago?
Listen, I can't wait to bring that back out. People think I can't do that. So, I'm just ready to show people. A few months ago, over there dunking at my socks still, people was going crazy. So, no, I can't wait to show people that, I can still get up there. This ain't, I still got it in me.
All right, Gerald, we look forward to that. And you talk about a transition. New captain for Bivouac. New coach. We've talked about the glove. Gary Payton joins us now via Microsoft Teams. Hey, Glove, you ready to go? New franchise, same guy, right?
Same guy, man. Listen, this team is having. I didn't win a game last year. I got some good players on the team. It was time for a change for myself, time for a change for the Big 3. I'm going to see what I can do with this team. I think this team is a very good team. I think we got good basketball players. I think we're going to be okay. I mean, with Will and G. Green, especially Jeff that we just added, we're going to be fine. We're going to play on both ends of the floor. We're not going to be old. We're not going to be old for this year. I guarantee you that.
Hey, I think one of the sleepers in the league right now is Ike Diagu. A lot of people don't know about him. He's a part of the Nigerian team that beat Team USA. How are you going to utilize him? I mean, he's got some tools. I mean, he can bang like Reggie Evans, but he has the range. One of the best shooting bigs, I think, in our league.
I forgot to even mention him. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going to use him very well. You know what I'm saying? The pick and pop, he's going to be one of them guys. He's going to bang. He can shoot the basketball. He's going to bring a lot of versatility to me on both ends of the floor. So that's why I'm so excited, because the 4 guys I got right now, we're going to compete with anybody. And like I said, I'm going to be so into it and getting them up and down and doing the right things. You guys are going to be really, really impressed with what we're going to be able to do.
Glove, we can't wait. We'll see you in Chicago in about a month for week number 1. As for pick number 9, Killer Threes, the pick is in. And let's go over to Ice Cube.
With the 9th pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the Killer Threes select Dominique Johnson.
Okay. Dominique Johnson, know him very well. You know, he's a guy that's a combo guy. You know, if you look at Killer Threes, they lost C.J. Watson this year, and they needed another guy that can come in and give a lift. And their identity, you know, Oakley's tough. They're going to play hard-nosed defense. They play high-motor basketball. Frank Nitti getting into the paint, and he defends, he hustles. And then you also got, you know, Josh Powell doesn't miss a mid-range shot. He rebounds kind of old school. And Dante, you know what he does, man. He's one of the best offensive players in our league. So to add Dominique Johnson, he's going to be a really good complementary piece.
All right, Franklin Session, Frank Nitti, you guys have played together a couple of years, but you had a new piece in Dominique Johnson. What do you think?
I think he was exactly what we needed. We needed to stretch that floor. We needed a knockdown shooter, and that's exactly what he is. He's tough, he's physical, and he's bigger. He's bigger than he looks, so he can guard, you know, bigger guys. So switching won't be an issue. So, yeah, I think that's exactly what we needed.
And you know what? I'm sorry, Jimmy.
No, I was going to say, Frank, for you coming into it and with Dominique, this pick, with Josh, what have you added, or what's the mindset for you coming into this year that's different than last year?
I tried something different last year. Last year was my first year trying to preserve my body and actually just get in the gym and work on things I needed to work on. I'm going back to the basics this year. I'm going back to just playing and being me. And I think I lost that a little bit last year. I found it this year, I can tell you that, though. And me and the guys have been in contact the whole time. And our chemistry and camaraderie is what, you know, makes us such a tough team to beat. We are that team every year that goes on a 4 or 5 game win streak. So I think, you know, us together and the mindset that we have, I think is, you know, what's going to make this year different.
Hey, real quick, I mean, last year, one of the highlights of the season in Las Vegas was your dunk on Jason Maxiell. Do you spend any time when you get away from it all? How many times you watch that over the winter?
Tell the truth.
To be honest, I probably watched it a total of 3 or 4 times. I'm not even gonna lie to you, 3 or 4 times. It was a great defensive play by our guy Mo Charlo. I took a bounce. Max took off late, and you know, it was one of those moments where I felt like we needed a shift in momentum. So it was either gonna be a crazy missed dunk to give us some type of momentum, or it was gonna be what it was, and you know, go viral and end up on ESPN and. That got us the win. So that's just me, though. Whatever it takes to win, man, I'm going to do it. If I got to end up with 10 assists and no points, I'll go do that. If I got to defend to the best of my abilities to make sure we can get a win, I'll go do that, too.
All right, Frank Nitti of the Killer Threes. They will pick number 8 in the second round. 9 picks down in this first round, and there is 1 more left. The enemies right now are on the clock. We'll see what direction Gilbert Arenas and Swaggy P go in this first round. And you know what? The pick is in. Let's go over to Ice Cube.
With the 10th pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, the enemies select Sek Henry.
Okay. Now, being a Los Angeles native, this guy has been ripping through the Drew League for a long time. And at the Combine, he was incredible. Nobody could guard him. I mean, he had people on skates, and he's a scorer. And Gilbert Arenas, Nick Young, you know, their identity is scoring. They went and got more scoring. But you know, he's going to be a guy that can come in off the bench and really just bring that spark offensively.
Well, speaking of Los Angeles, speaking of West Coast guys, Nick Young, Swaggy P, you go the way of an LA guy. You're smiling. What do you like about it?
I feel good about this pick. You know, we need that energy. You know, we need somebody that could be a spark. You know, especially from our first year last year, we was like an expansion team. We didn't know what we was getting into. I feel like we feel a little more comfortable now. So we gonna get up there, and yeah, we're gonna show y'all this year.
Swag.
Yeah.
Hey, you know I'm gonna need some more buckets out of you this year, man. What's your mindset coming in, man? I need more buckets, man. What's up?
Oh man, my mindset now is I'm ready now. You know, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I had Gil in my ear all year. I didn't know what to expect. Now I'm more used to I'm gonna block Gil out all year. You know, I come bother us this year. Let us play. We don't need you talking trash to us. We need you to be support us. We need you to support us this year. You know?
Hey, Swaggy, listen, last year, I know it was disappointing, but Isaiah Austin, I think he may have been the surprise of the league last year. What do you expect from him now that, like you said, you understand what's going on, and Isaiah, what he can bring to the table this year?
Oh, I think he's going to be, you know, he's going to make us great this year. He had a year to get ready and get comfortable. He's not a rookie no more. He knows what to expect. He's seen this. He's seen the league. So now I think his mindset is he want to take over. He's been calling me and saying he in the gym. He got more to prove. I like that. That's why we made him captain. You know, we didn't want to lose him.
All right, Swaggy P, enemies with the final pick of the first round. Sek Henry to the enemies. They'll pick third in the second round. Guys, 10 picks down. First round is in the books. Thomas, let's start with you. Your initial thoughts on how teams went the direction they took in the first round.
I'm a little surprised, just a little bit. I thought it was going to be more bigs picked early. I thought a lot of teams needed more bigs, but, you know, you find the needs that your team may need and which one is more important, and I think that's what they did, you know.
I'm not surprised because of the way basketball is being played. In particular, that we see European basketball, NBA basketball, what is it? Spread the court. You shoot threes. If you don't have it, you have a layup. So a lot of times the bigs are going to be compromised, I think, if you go too big at time and don't have enough shooting. What we saw last year, teams that can knock down shots, having a great opportunity to win a championship, I think that's what you saw in the first round.
Teams going by need, always a good thing, but each team, the 12 in the Big Three, still one pick left in round two. The first round of this 2022 Big Three Draft, it is in the books. The Ball Hogs are on the clock. They will pick first in round number two. A lot more to get to here on this draft night in Los Angeles at the Microsoft Lounge. Yes, the Big Three off and running, teams filling needs, giving guys a chance, fulfilling dreams to get into the Big Three. 22 players will be drafted. 10 have heard their names called so far in this Big Three draft. And some huge names, too, still in the mix.
We said we was changing the game, and we did.
Look at Robinson for the win. Tri-State wins it.
Joe for the win. Got it. He's no ordinary Joe. No game clock. Always a winning shot. Flips it up and in. Got it. One-shot free throws. And the 4-point circle. Knocks it down. The Big Three is not your grandfather's 3-on-3. Yes. It's its own sport. More exciting than anything that's come before. The three. Knocks it down. Fast, physical, professional. Oh. It's not your father's 3-on-3. Matter of fact, the kids call it Fireball 3. And Fireball 3 is not that boring-ass FIBA style that they play in the Olympics. Fireball 3 is our style. It's the best half-court players in the world going at it.
They got to pull him back.
The Big Three is who we are. Fireball 3 is what we play.
Banks it in.
The hottest league in the summer just got hot.
And one.
Allowing players as young as 22 to join the league, holding tryouts for the general public for an invitation to our combine.
Nice move.
And changing the game once again with the Bring the Fire rule. A rule that allows players to challenge a foul by going one-on-one.
How's that not a charge? No, this is for the championship here. Here's Jack. Drive. Oh, what a
Go big or go home. We don't even play with a basketball no more. We play with a fireball. It's the Big 3, once again, changing the game.
Wow. Denied.
I do it too big. I do it too
Steven Jackson bringing him fire.
big.
For the win.
Nails it.
I do it too big.
My goodness.
I do it too big. I do it too big, too big, too big.
Big fella came to play today.
Too big. I do it too
He's
big.
feeling it right now.
Step back 16-footer for the win, and it's over. They love me in the Bay in Southern Cal.
How's that not a charge?
Like a ShamWow.
Oh, beautiful move. For the chip in the win. Yes! The Cat has done it. Good defense. Get that shot out of here.
Here I come, return of the Shogun.
And count it.
D5 for fun. I'm the fun.
In your face.
He's still a customer. We in a riot.
Nate the Great showing off.
Drills it from 3. For the win.
Knocks it down.
You think you cool enough to smoke with Snoop? I do it too big. I do it too big, too big, too big.
Yo,
I do it
for the win. Got
too
it.
big. I do it too big. I do it too big.
In your eye.
Johnson denied. Austin the block. And the slam. Get out of his way. Attacking. And the finish.
Jared Jack, the 3. Got it. And the win. Trilogy, your 2021 Big 3 champion.
Hey, yo, Q. Talk to him.
Well, those are the moments we love in the Big 3, and we're gearing up for season number 5 here in 2022. Ed Cohen back with the one and only Ice Cube. So 1 round down, 10 picks, and I think Thomas said it best, surprises in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more surprised at who's still on the board.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the names like Corey Brewer, Ty Lawson, Jordan Crawford. You know, I thought those guys, would go in the first round. But it shows that you really should come to the combine. You know, you really should show up and let people see you and show you what they can do. I mean, show what you can do in person. Guys kind of make this mistake every year. They skip the combine because they got a name, and might find yourself just in the draft pool and not on the team tonight.
22 spots, 120 players, Cube, in that pool. I mean, you talk about trying to fulfill a summer dream, getting to the Big 3. The opportunity, it's not there for everybody, but the teams here tonight, at least the theme is really addressing needs and fits in that first round.
Exactly. You know, they was not playing this round and this year. You know, in years before, you saw guys maybe picking, buddies, friends they played with before. Not this year. Everybody getting what they need. We got some veterans coming back, and I think their experience in the Big 3 is the reason why they got picked. Is because they showed that they can play at this level, this style of game. And so it is surprising, but I'm glad that everybody's getting what they need. Nobody's saying, damn, they took this dude before me. We got to switch up. At least not that I know of. So it's cool that everybody's getting the player that they look for and they think they need to help them win a championship.
What made last year great is there was a huge reward for teams in the Big 3. That was to get to the Bahamas. This year, the Big 3 making history once again.
For the first time ever, the Big 3 All-Star Game, and we're taking it tropical.
Yo, This is the Big 3. We got our first All-Star game in the Bahamas.
Plus live concerts, a celebrity game, then the best Fireball 3 players in the world battle in the Big 3 All-Star game.
Last year we had our championship in the Bahamas. This year we're gonna have an all-star game, so it ain't gonna be nothing but a party. Hey man, bring your swim shorts, baby.
Yeah, bring the swim shorts, and hopefully guys will bring their best games and best moves. How excited are you to bring All-Star Weekend for the first time down to the Bahamas?
Real excited. You know, we was there last year with the playoffs and the championship. But nobody could really relax. Everybody was so tense trying to win that ring. And so this year we decided to have the All-Star game there. Maybe people can have a little more fun and not be so, dead focused on winning the game. You know, it's more of a celebration of the league, celebration of our best players in a great place. And we're happy to be back in the Bahamas.
Yeah, a little bit more fun this year, not as much to play for. All-Star Weekend to round out Week 12 in this 2022 Big 3 season. For more, let's go to the third member of our team, back to Tattoo.
Yo, thanks, Ed. And absolutely, man, I agree with Ice Cube. I'm so excited to be back in the Bahamas for our first ever 2022 Big 3 All-Star game. And that's why you got to love the Big 3, man. Always changing things up and always has those perks for those team players, man. You got to love it, man. But right now, it's round 2 of the 2022 Big 3 Draft. Now, let's go back to Las Vegas for the 2022 Big 3 Draft pool. Yo, and as you can see, Ball Hogs, Jody Meeks, co-captain, got that first pick. Nancy Lieberman, Power, doing her thing. The second round was heated. Richard Lewis, captain of the three-headed monsters, in the house. Hey, you gotta love it. It gets hotter, it gets heated. Round 2. Big 3 Draft, we are ready. Sending it back to you, Ed. Let's go.
All right, Tattoo. Yes, away we go. 12 picks in the second round. Obviously, 10 in the first round. You see Trilogy, they'll pick 10th in round 2. Champions last year, three-headed monsters. They'll round out this Big 3 Draft with their only pick, and that's number 12 in this second round. Ball Hogs, by the way, picked 3rd in round 1. They get the first pick in round 2, and that's always nice when you get that first pick when the turn is made in the draft. Thomas, you look at the guards they have, the shooting. This is a really interesting choice coming up for the Ball Hogs.
Yeah, really interesting. And you look at their team, they can score a little bit, I think. But I think where they were losing a little bit of their edge was down low. They got Will McDonald back, right? But is he going to be in shape? The way that he needs to be for them to get over the hump. So I think with their next pick, I think they may take a backup big, but I don't know.
I agree with you that I think you solidify your backcourt with shooting in the first round. You know you can score the basketball. You know their big will be available in the second round, so you kind of leave that pick for that. So let's see if Thomas is right in regards to getting a backup big or maybe even a starting big.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
Right now, big onus on Will McDonald, the returning big for the Ball Hogs. Got the first pick, round 2. It is in, and it's over to Ice Cube.
With the first pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 Draft, Ball Hogs select Karan Iverson.
Karan Iverson played his college ball at Rhode Island. He is the 5th member now of the Ball Hogs.
Yeah, I mean, he's another guy I think that's versatile. That's a 3-level type of guy. He can push the ball. He's a lot younger than most of the guys. But he's something, I talked to Rick Barry a little bit. He's been talking to me about him a little bit. He's a little special, so I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him much. But from what Rick Barry was saying, that he's a special pick. So.
Well, maybe he's counting on Will to be ready, but he's looking at youth in regards to some more scoring. Defensively, he can do some things, some activities, can run the pick and roll. So, again, we thought maybe a big, but Rick is looking at it from maybe a scoring perspective, a youth perspective, and counting on Will to come in better shape in order to solidify the middle.
Yeah, he's a hybrid. Right. And he's more of like a power forward, small forward type of guy. Exactly. So, yeah, he might be able to play both positions.
Oh, Jody Meeks, we heard from him earlier in round 1, joins us again via Microsoft Teams. Jody, we just talked about where this guy fits, Karan Iverson, with what Rick Barry wants. You know as well as anybody, where does Karan Iverson slide in for you guys?
station.
We wanted a versatile big. We feel like he can protect the rim for us and also give us some scoring on the perimeter. So looking forward to having him on the team, and I think he can be a good pick for us.
It looked like you guys are going to more of a younger type of guys. What is the basis behind that?
Just to be able to, defend a little better on the perimeter and down low. Last year we had some trouble, playing guys like Reggie Evans and Ryan Hollins and guys of that nature. So we felt like going a little younger could help with that, and over the course of the 9-10 games, that can help with the physicality of the league. So we're looking forward to having him.
Hey, Jody, look, when you have a quick training camp, ideally, what kind of things do you want to input this year differently offensively that can help you guys?
We'll just continue to share the ball. A lot of the heavy loading was on me and Barbosa, but it still will be that way. But the nights that we aren't, clicking, we want to still have some scoring that can try to get us over the hump as well. So we think he'll be a good, player for us as well as Stacey. So we're looking forward to it.
All right, Jody, we look forward to seeing you back with the Brazilian Blur, Leandro Barbosa and the Ball Hogs coming up in 2022. Should be an interesting year for those guys, and guys, should be really interesting for the team that's on the clock, Three's Company. Yep. Obviously, we talked about the changes, Thomas, but you think about Chalmers, Brandon Rush, Michael Beasley, Julian Wright was their first pick in round 1. I mean, there's a lot of excitement on paper, at least, with these guys.
I mean, I think they look like the paper champs right now. But, the Big Three, it's a grind. It's a long season, so we'll see. I think they still need a little bit more physicality.
Coop over there smiling, man. Coop got something up his sleeve, man. I'm telling you, he over there smiling.
But they know what to do. They've gotten to the championship before, so I think they can figure something out here, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with their next pick.
All right, Coop. Let's see. Over to Cube with their second pick.
With the second pick of the second round in the Big 3 2022 draft, Three's Company selects Alex Scales.
Okay.
Oh, that Yvette?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's proven. He's played with the Ghost Ballers. Yeah. He can shoot it, right?
Coop, you look like you're really excited that he fell to you at this point. You got away with a steal.
Well, I'm trying to contain my excitement, but again, it's another player, I think. Alex is a vet in this league, knows how to score. Jimmy, you said something earlier about the Big Three where they want to spread the court and people either shooting threes or going to the basket. Alex can hit that mid-range shot, that 10, 15-foot jumper. So sometimes that has to be a layup, and he's pretty good at that.
I like that aspect, too, because we get it so enamored with maybe a dunk or alley-oop, and we forget about that mid-range, which opens up, and Alex has been known to be able, throughout his career and in the Big Three. I like that addition right there for you guys.
Well, and that'll allow Rio to play off ball, Chalmers to play off ball a little bit, and they can play with each other, vice versa.
I know what the key is. You guys are anticipating some double teams on Michael Beasley, and he's going to be kicked out for some knockdown threes.
Thomas, stop giving up my secrets right now.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. We're pleased with this draft. Okay.
All right, Mario Chalmers, captain of Three's Company, with us via Microsoft Teams. All right, your coach isn't giving away the secrets, but Alex Scales, the final piece, perhaps, to a really successful season. What do you like about it?
Like you said, he brings a lot of shooting to the floor. Somebody that can space the floor, and it's not easy to help off of. And, with B's on our team, you got me on there that likes to create. You got Juju who likes to create. So we're just trying to space the floor as much as we can in the 3-on-3 game and let everybody go to work and bring what they bring to the table.
All right, so Rio, who's going to play defense on this team? Who's locking up Joe?
That's the thing about it. For our team, it's got to be a collective effort. You know me, I've always been known for my defense, so I'm trying to get the best shape I can right now just to be prepared for these guys and just to be able to go at it. So we're going to see how we compete. I think we got all the pieces we need, and that was the first one to 50, so let's see what happens.
I think also, too, quick question, by adding Alex to the fold, not only do you add shooting, but you add another ball handler, but also a decision maker. How does that also help you become more of a threat offensively?
Let's get off the ball a little bit. You know, that was the biggest thing for us last year when I had Parker on the team. I was able to get off the ball a little bit and knock down open shots. So it's going to be the same thing this year. Somebody's trustworthy with the ball, can create plays for other people, and then can knock down open shots.
Defense will get there. The hustle, we know it's going to be there. Mario, thanks so much, captain of Three's Company here for the 2022 Big 3 season. All right, the Big 3 over the years has reached audiences both young and old. And for more on that, we go back over to Tattoo.
That's right, Ed. Speaking of young, I'm a father of 4, and something that I love about the Big 3 is the Young 3. Now, they go city to city with us, highlighting their own skills and talents. And if you don't know about the Young 3, check this out.
Big 3, if you know what time it is, it's all about the Young 3. Hey, if you was ever a kid, this is the place you want to be.
Young 3 is really just to get you guys out the house, have a little fun, get a chance to be instructed by some of the greatest players that ever played the game.
Big 3! Young 3! Big 3! Young 3! Big 3! Young 3! Big 3!
What did I tell you? You got to love the Young 3, man. It hits your heart right there, man. And you'll check them out this season for season 5. Young 3. Follow them on social media at Young 3. Back to you, Ed.
All right, Tattoo, always great to hear from the legend Tattoo, and obviously see another legend in there in JYD Junkyard Dog and his work, Thomas, with the Young 3.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually, just to see the kids learning how to play and get the fundamentals of 3-on-3 basketball, which is, to me, the essence of basketball. So,
all right, guys, enemies, the pick is in. Back over to Ice Cube.
With the number 3 pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 draft, the enemies select Keith Benson.
Yep.
Keith Benson?
Yeah.
You're nodding your head. Why?
Yeah, I mean, because now they got some rim protecting, you know, and you looked at it, had Isaiah Austin down there who can block some shots, but he's kind of light, you know, and he's more of a perimeter type of dude. So Keith Benson, you know, he can block some shots, he can make some mid-range shots, he can space a little bit, he's got some touch. But, you know, I think enemies addressed a need on the defensive end.
Well, the physicality, too, because Isaiah, like you said, couldn't bang at times. And when you were able to take him out the lineup, you lost so much in the middle.
Yep.
With Benson, now you're able to solidify that. Now, he may not be able to score the same way and spread the floor, but then those minutes would be divided up a little differently, where now those minutes are very important when he comes in the game and he can solidify the defensive end of the court.
Exactly.
All right, Swaggy P, we're going to find out why enemies made this pick. Keith Benson, what can you tell us about it, Nick Young?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we can't hear Swaggy?
Is the swag gone?
Oh, no. Unlock the swag. Swag, unlock.
I'll work on it. Get Nick Young in a second.
Yeah.
But, guys, Keith Benson in round 2, Sek Henry in round 1, and Isaiah Austin has a couple of new pieces to play with. Nick Young in the mix, and you can't forget Elijah Stewart either, Thomas.
And you know what? He's the sleeper of that team. You know, there's a lot of games where they may have been out of it, and he continued to fight and prove that he was a co-captain and one of the best young players that the Big 3 had. So we got Isaiah here. Isaiah.
There he is.
What's up?
What's happening? How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Isaiah, last year, you led us off, number 1 pick in 2021. You know what draft night means. What does it mean to be here a year later, now a Big 3 veteran, and now a couple more guys in the fold with the enemies?
Oh, man, it's just exciting, you know, for the guys that are getting drafted. You know, everybody's been talking about the Big 3, hyping the Big 3 up. It's a league that everybody wants to play in, so it's a big night for guys. But, you know, we're excited for this season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Isaiah, to Jimmy Jackson, last year it seemed like you came in with a lot to prove. You wanted to prove that not only you can score the ball inside, but that you can be a valuable threat on the outside. What's your mindset now coming into this year after you established yourself as a scorer last year?
Just continue to do what I do. You know, my team, I know they're going to need me to score at times, and at those times I'm going to be ready. We're going to try to get Nick to, you know, be Nick, and we're gonna expecting a lot out of Elijah, and then, you know, Sek, he's a known scorer as well. So us adding Keith Benson, it's a good pick for us. It's something that we needed. We needed a little bit more size. So I feel like overall we're gonna be the team to beat.
Isaiah, thanks so much. Let's pivot back to your captain, and that's Nick Young. And Swaggy P, quick question here about the man we just heard from, Isaiah Austin. You know, his story inspires so many of us. What's it like playing with a guy like Isaiah Austin and seeing what the Big Three means to him?
Oh, man. It's motivating. You know, how serious he take it, how hard he's been working. Like, you know, he calls us. He started to create a group chat early, telling us he'll start training camp. He's hungry. So, and that's good. You know, I'm glad to see the guy ready to play. And when they get out there, it shows. You know? But I just need him to pass the ball a little bit more.
Hey, Swag, he's on the move. You getting your steps on right now? Is that what you're doing?
My team don't know how to pass, so we got to work on that. How to pass drills in our training camp, and that's what we gonna work on, passing. You know?
Elusive.
Yeah, that's what he is.
That's a travel.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep the show on the road like Swaggy P. Aliens with the 4th pick in round 2 over to Ice Cube.
With the 4th pick in the 2nd round of the Big 3 2022 draft, the Aliens select Adam Drexler.
Ooh. Adam Drexler.
Son of Clyde the Glide.
That's it.
I had him on my sleepers. A lot of coaches were asking about him. He made his case at the combine, played hard, and he knows how to play off the ball. He's got some athleticism, right? He's 6'6", 6'5", and you know, he could be one of the best young guys coming out. That's a sleeper.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the lineup too, because you got Darnell, you got Jason, you got Biggs already. Probably need some more scoring. Deshaun Stevens right there. You still need some more. You got to have that versatility on the perimeter, because if you can't knock down shots, I mean, you're not going to be able to get baskets inside. So, you know, Adam, and you saw him at the combine.
Yep.
You know, if he can knock down that shot, now that opens it up and provides more space for the bigs that they have inside to really go to work.
And he can defend. He can defend. He's a perimeter defender. So, you know, if Dusan needs a blow or if Frank Nitty's going crazy, who knows? You know, this guy may be over there to slow him down a little bit. We'll see.
They got hops like his pop, so?
A little bit.
Okay, all right, just checking.
Tell you what, this could be music to the ears of the baddest bad boy of them all. Rick Mahorn back as Aliens coach, and you space the floor with guys who can crash the glass. That should be really good to hear for Rick Mahorn.
Yep, absolutely. That's the identity they want to play with. I mean, they're going to play more continuity basketball. It's not going to be much isolation. It's going to be a lot of team movement, but they're going to be tough. I mean, they have an experienced team from 3-on-3 basketball, and I'm excited to see what the Aliens can do.
Dusan Bullet, power last year, is back. Perhaps the best 3-on-3 player in the world before he joined the Big Three. Tomislav Ivasev from Serbia, 6'9", 243. And then you throw in Carlos Lashmanis, who won gold with Latvia in 3-on-3 at the Tokyo Olympics. Brand new group, but very intriguing.
Yeah, the Aliens, man. You know, they're coming in. They have some chemistry already. You know, Dusan and Tomislav, they have a championship already. And then Dusan mentioned Carlos is also a rival. So you putting them together, and now I'm interested to see what they're going to be able to do in the Big Three.
Well, European basketball. I mean, that's what it is.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. Are you going to be able to guard them in their movements?
Yep.
Quick pick and rolls. The ball is going to move, okay? If you're stuck trying to guard them one side of the court, the ball is going to be kicked over to the other side. So if you look at the way this team is built, it's European basketball being brought to 3-on-3, which could change the dynamics of how other teams choose to play as well.
Love a new wrinkle.
Always,
love a new
brother.
look in the Big Three. So 4 picks down in round 2. Power, their pick is in. Let's go back over to Ice Cube.
With the 5th pick in the 2nd round of the Big 3 2022 draft, Power selects T.J. Klein.
I knew it.
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, 2 sons, Nancy Lieberman's son, T.J. Klein. But, I mean, he's a baller. I mean, he's been playing overseas, doing a good job, 6'9". Another guy that's versatile. He can pass. He's a high IQ. He's the son of a coach. I mean, you know, so you know that he's going to fulfill whatever Nancy needs. But I think it's a beautiful thing.
He was a great college player.
Yep.
Niagara, goes down to Richmond. And to your point, Thomas, it's the passing, the spacing, and everything else. And Kat, he's now one of your teammates. You have Nancy's son in the group. What do you know about TJ? Where do you think he slides in?
Yeah, I know a lot about TJ. TJ's versatile, and he has a high IQ. So, you know, for us, that's what we built on. You know, it's just about moving the ball around. And TJ in that pinch post and can stretch the floor, play defense and offense. He's extremely good on offense. So, you know, I'm excited about the pick, and I'm excited about our group. You know, we're kind of big. You know, I'm the shortest one. So, and I play physical. So, you know, it's going to be a tough. This year is really tough. You know, every team has picked really good guys out there, but I like our chances as long as we stay together, and I think we have a high IQ, so we'll be okay.
More youth with that pick right there in regards to where you had to get to really compete. Again, I know you worked hard over the summer, but now it's more of a youthful team.
Yeah, it's more youthful for us, and I don't have to play as many minutes. And I think that's what tore me down a little bit, and wasn't really prepared last year like I should have been. From different circumstances, but I think, you know, with the team we have now, you have, like I said, the high IQ, but a lot of guys are younger and be able to get on that floor and compete on, you know, long stretches. That's what you want. You want long stretch, high IQ guys.
All right, so Nancy Lieberman, head coach, TJ Klein, now in the mix. Kat, real quick, the partnership you have with Nancy is special in this league. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I love Nancy. Nancy's she's a player coach. She's one of those high IQ people, and she lets you play. But again, she wants to give her, you know, input, which is, you know, she's been playing in this league and playing herself for so many years, playing the game of basketball. Being from New York, you know, she's already had that tough mentality. So, you know, she teaches me a lot of different things, and you know, us together, it's about the purpose, not so much the ego. And Nancy's definitely about the purpose of winning, and she'll do anything possible for us to put us in the best position for us to win the game.
Lady Magic, you can hear loud and clear in those days in 2021. All right, Power, they've selected TJ Klein. Tri-State, their pick is in. Let's go back over to Ice Cube.
With the 6th pick in the 2nd round of the Big 3 2022 draft, Tri-State selects Gerald Green.
Ooh. So he's not joining his brother. He's going elsewhere.
Hey, man, Gerald Green can play. Watching some of his highlights the other day, he's a guy that's athletic, who's tough, he's strong, he's in shape. You know, his brother Gerald can get up, and he doesn't fall too far from the tree as well. So I thought he was going to end up with Bivouac somehow, but Tri-State saw something they like, and I think it's a come-up.
But young, exciting, can guard multiple positions, can score the basketball. I know Jay Rich is still there, but you want to be able to have some support, I believe, especially on the wing position.
Yeah.
So, and having the lineage, too, having your brother play, that'd be good, too. That'd be a good matchup. Not them being on the same team, but now when they have to play each other.
Exactly. And the funny thing, you mentioned Jay Rich. That's basically who he is, another Jay Rich. Right. That's his type of game. So, you know, Jay Rich takes a blow, here comes another Jay Rich. So I think it's a good pickup for them.
6'7". Gerald's brother went to TCU, played there, recently played in Romania. He's 31 years old.
Yeah, still in his prime.
Still in his prime. Still in his prime.
So I'm excited to see him and Gerald go at it, actually.
Right. Yeah, I want to see if big bro is going to let little bro off the hook.
Probably not.
No, not at all.
Early one to circle when the schedule makers come out with the schedule here. Obviously begins in Chicago, first 2 weekends, Dallas the next 7, but the Greens will go mano-a-mano at some point here this season.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I mean, you know, Tri-State is another team that every week brings it. And, you know, they took a little bit of a fall, and then there comes Justin Denman, picks them right back up. And that's who they are. And I think they've done their due diligence of finding the right guys that fit what they want to do. So I like it.
Well, big step last year because they struggled the first few years to kind of find their own identity. But drafting right last year, I think Sanders inside solidified defensively what they wanted to do.
Yep.
And they figured out some things on the offensive end. Of course, Jay Rich adds a lot to the component. So now you're drafting a little bit younger. So you're adding to what you were able to accomplish last year. So this team is going to be interesting this year.
See if Dr. J can win his own trophy, the championship trophy in the Big 3. All right, Tri-State's made their pick. Up next, another former champion, the triplets. And with the pick now is Ice Cube.
With the 7th pick in the 2nd round of the Big 3 2022 draft, triplets select Alonzo G.
Alonzo G.
I like
back in the Big
right?
Three.
Yeah, he's one of the best 3-and-D guys. Bivouac went through a lot last year. He played, and it was one game he came in and he looked like the star. And he can score it on his own. He can play off of other people. He's athletic, a tough defender that can guard bigs, smalls, wings. You see he's making some plays there. I think this is a good pickup for triplets.
Interesting, too, because you're adding more guard play.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Lisa Leslie said, okay, we already got in the first round Ryan Hollins. We can extend his minutes. If we want to go small in bunches, Joe can still play at 6'7", 6'8". Remember, Joe 6'8".
Yeah.
Okay, so he can man the middle up a little bit for a short period of time while we still have perimeter players. So it's interesting how these things kind of work themselves out. Scoring, I think, has been on the mind right here in the second round here for Lisa Leslie.
To your point, guess who joins us now via Microsoft Teams? Lisa Leslie, heard Jimmy's summation of that pick of Alonzo G. What need does he fill for you guys?
Well, Alonzo G is going to be that guy that can really fill any spot. Like you said, 1, the 3, or the 5. He's tough. Let me just repeat, he's tough. We fell in our defense, so we have defense locked up. He's a scorer. He's a slasher. He's an athlete. And listen, at the end of the day, you got to play basketball. X's and O's go out the window. You got to be tough. You got to be tough. So that's what we do. Toughness.
There it is.
Just knowing Joe Johnson and obviously his skill set, a lot of people don't know how hard he works. I think you got a good group of guys that are hoopers. And, that is a difference between being a ball player and a hooper. Talk about, the hoopers that you have right now and how they're going to all work together.
That's facts. Like, my guys, instead of going to the club, they're heading to the gym. We got Yoga Joe, who's setting it off, who's always in shape and fit. But so are the Pargo brothers in great shape. I just love guys that really want to get after. Ryan Hollins, the same thing. We have guys that are dedicated and making sacrifices to win this summer. There's no reason for us to gather. We're not coming to win, period.
Well, Lisa, and this is on the bigger scope, because of the way Joe prepared himself, not just for your team, but for the league, he put a lot of pressure on a lot of guys to come in better shape. How good is that for the league in regards to guys saying, you know what, Joe Johnson did A, B, C, and D. In order for me to play well, I have to follow that same path?
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, everybody's getting better. Everybody's a lot more focused. And I think Coach Cooper said it best, that I think some guys in the beginning, maybe year 1 and 2, kind of showed up, maybe to pick up checks, not sure. But right now, we have competitors, and everybody's competing, and the stakes are very high. You want to come out the gate strong, so it's not like you start getting ready for the Big 3. My guys have always been ready. So that's the beautiful part about it. And adding Alonzo G, another guy who's ready. We're not coming out, we don't giving out a few points or giving out a few games. Every game we want to be ready to play. That's the triplets way.
The triplets way from Lisa Leslie, Los Angeles native. Thank you so much. Hey, we're at the Microsoft Lounge here in L.A. This year, the Microsoft logo on the patches of all 12 jerseys in the Big 3. And, of course, more to come here in 2022.
This is a game that takes teamwork and collaboration every step of the way.
We were so excited.
Partnerships are what make Big 3 the most exciting sport for players and fans alike.
Well, every week, the fans vote on the Player of the Week, brought to you by Microsoft.
ISO Joe knocks it down. Well, the Big 3 continues to give back through its Young 3 program presented by Microsoft.
Number 1 right now are the triplets.
We are live in the City of Angels, coming to you from the Microsoft Lounge in Los Angeles.
The enemy select Isaiah Austin.
He joins us now remotely via the Microsoft Teams, and what a story.
Big 3's partnership with Microsoft has unlocked our true potential, with collaborative ways that owners and players can stay connected and dialed in to the metrics that shape a Big 3 champion.
This is like ahead of the game. It shows the arc of the balls.
So this is vital to players getting better. I really believe in it.
Thank you, Microsoft, for your support at every level, on the court and off. From draft day,
I want to thank everybody at Microsoft Lounge
and beyond.
It's been incredible.
has been incredible. This night has been incredible as we enter the home stretch of round 2 of this Big 3 draft, the 2022 edition. All right, what direction will the Killer Threes go with their 5th and final roster spot? The pick is in. Back over to Ice Cube.
With the 8th pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 draft, the Killer Threes select KJ McDaniels.
Okay. KJ. I mean, this is a guy very similar to like Alonzo G. A guy that can defend, still has some athleticism, can bang, guard multiple positions, big body. He's got that build on the intangibles I was talking about earlier. And I think he's going to fit in well with them and their identity of who they are.
Well, you know, Oak is a chef. So he's cooking up something right now. He got some physicality right here with KJ. Seriously. I mean, that's what that's Oak. He wants to play strong, but also he wants to finesse a little bit. This is going to be an interesting lineup here just because of the combination here with Dominique, but also KJ, but then with Powell and Green. So you got a little bit of power, you got a little bit of finesse, you got guard play. Yep. So how he utilizes that, the chef, is going to be interested to see what Oak does.
All right, Frank Nitti, you know you have to be tough to play for the chef. What are your thoughts on your teammate here?
We thought this was a really great pick just because he fits how we play. We got that grit, grind, that mental toughness. And then he's also, like Thomas was saying, he can guard just about everybody. So if we need to switch on to a bigger guy, we feel like he'll be able to do that for us. And we always need somebody that's athletic. I feel like, again, that momentum shift I had, I feel like he can give us that same type of play. So we thought he was a perfect pick.
How much did the combine help you see? Because he was there. I saw him balling. You know, how much did the combine help you with that?
The combine helped a lot. I told a lot of people that's how I got on. I got on because I came to the combine. And you need to see it sometimes. Sometimes it's always not your name, it's your game. So seeing him play and everything, it was big. And I couldn't believe he was still on the board.
Yeah.
Well, you know, experience is a big thing. We always talk about it. You've been there. You got 2 new guys. What you going to tell them now that they're on your team, what to look forward to, how to prepare?
I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that. Don't look for fouls. Don't look for fouls, man. I feel like in this league, it's physical for a reason. That's how Cube wanted it. When I first came into the league, that's all they talked about, physicality. And after a while, you don't look for fouls. You play through everything. You go get a bucket and go get a stop. So I think that's real important when it comes to, playing in this league. And then you got to be able to block out the noise, man. It's a lot of noise. You can hear the coach's bench. You can hear the coach's players. You can hear everybody in on that one court. So the fact that all that is coming in, and then we got Oak, he's a powerhouse. you gotta have some thick skin. So I feel like he was a perfect guy for that.
All right, Nitti, KJ McDaniels falls to the Killer Threes. Bivouac, they used all the clock. Maybe they wanted Garland Green. Tri-State swoops in. They take Gerald Green's brother. So where will Bivouac go with it? Let's find out from Ice Cube.
With the 9th pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 draft, the Bivouac select Corey Brewer.
I like that.
Ooh, he fell to the 9th pick of the second round.
I had him as number 2 or 3 wings in my little list I had here, so I think it's a steal. You got a guy that's a winner, has experience, length, wants to defend, playing for Gary Payton, come on now, wants to defend and do whatever it takes to win. And you got to have intangible guys too, right? You got ball guys, and then you got guys that can shoot it, but you got to have some guys that just can fit in, right, and make an impact.
Well, I think maybe age played a factor in why he fell a little bit, because as teams are looking to go a little bit younger with that first pick, you can always rely on the second pick to say we need a veteran player that we can get. So you don't want to utilize that early, but now you can pick up Corey Brewer, like you talked about winning. Now he was with Florida. I don't want to talk about it. When they beat Ohio State, so I don't want to talk about that. But great pickup for Bivouac.
All right, the glove, Gary Payton joins us now via Microsoft Teams. Hey, Gary, a little stealth there from the glove. What do you make of Corey Brewer being there for you guys with the 9th pick?
Well, our pick when Tri-City picked our Green with Gerald's brother, that was our pick. We wanted to go that route. There were the two that we wanted to go to. We knew one of them was going to go off the board, and Green went off the board. I like Corey because the simple fact is, as he's long, he's big, he can guard a person like Joe Johnson. He's got that high energy, and he plays defense. And I needed that as a versatile. I didn't want to go too big. I wanted to stay at that position. So me and Gerald decided that Corey would be the best pick for us and make us versatile because him and Gerald can play the same position. They can do the same things, and they're explosive. So I thought that would have been a good pick for us since Green, his brother, had got picked by Tri-City.
Hey, GP, we all know you got this tough demeanor, man, but how happy are you right now when you see this squad all on paper, man? I wanted to see that smile right there, man. How happy are you, GP?
You know, I'm very happy with this, man. I didn't even think that we were going to even get to this level to get these type of basketball players, but the 5 guys I got right now, like I told you, there ain't gonna be no eggs this year. I guarantee you that, because we got a team that can compete. I think we gonna go after it. It's big, and I'm happy for it because I got some guys that's gonna listen. They're gonna play. They're gonna play hard, and we're gonna compete every day. And it's not gonna be no cakewalk for the player teams. We're gonna win games, and I'm very happy with my basketball team right now.
That is one happy Hall of Famer, Gary Payton. Thank you so much, head coach of Bivouac. Defending champs, the pick is in. Trilogy making their only selection in this Big 3 draft. Back over to Ice Cube.
With the 10th pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 draft, Trilogy selects David Hawkins.
Ooh. Oh, the Hawk back.
The Hawk.
He's back.
I mean, we know what Hawk can do. I mean, he is a scorer. You know, he's got that body. He knows the league. He knows how to play in it. I mean, come on, man. James White, Hawk, that DC connection right there. This could be a good pick for Trilogy, man.
Well, he can score at multiple levels. We know that. He's strong. He's physical. Even if he gets shifted onto or switched on to a bigger guy, his body, lower body especially, he can guard. And this was an interesting pick, too, because this is someone who's won before with Trilogy.
Yep.
He understands it, and he kind of fits, I think, the mold of what Jack is looking for in a player.
Yeah, he wants dogs. That's he won the championship last year. He said he wants dogs, period. Guys that, come in hard-nosed, business as usual, not messing around, and, he got a vet, and it's a good pickup for them.
Well, the captain now, remember Jared Jack, amazing year last season. James White promoted to captain of Trilogy. He's been there all 4 years. Year number 5 for him, leading Trilogy. And James White joining us now via Microsoft Teams. Hey, James, you're running back. You go to the well. David Hawkins back. How much did chemistry play a part in this choice in the second round?
Well, we only had one pick, so my big thing was about picking people who played in the league before, who understand the league, who's been in it. Last time y'all seen David Hawkins, he definitely wasn't in shape, but he's about 30 pounds lighter. He's back to the old David Hawkins. He's going to help us tremendously. We have a versatile team picking up Earl Clark. I think we're the most versatile team in the league, so it's a big pickup for us.
Hey, let me ask you this quick question. You won it year 1, but the next year, not as successful. What's going to be the difference now that you have the target on your back? You won it before, you got the experience. Why is this year going to be different?
I think the key difference is we got to reload this year. So we lost Jared Jack, who's irreplaceable, one of the best players to ever play in the Big 3. But we was able to get Earl Clark, was able to get David Hawkins, and really we're going to have to do it by committee this year. But our versatility this year is going to be the key for us. We got guys that can guard multiple positions and score in multiple ways. I think Briscoe's going to come back even better than last year. Amir's going to be better than I think Earl Clark was probably the best player on Tri-State last year. So, y'all know me. Y'all know what I do.
James White, Flight White, the bullseye on the back of Trilogy in this 2022 season. Thanks so much. All right, 2 picks to go, 20 down, 2 left in this Big 3 draft. Back over to Ice Cube for the Ghost Ballers' second-round pick.
With the 11th pick in the second round of the Big 3 2022 draft, the Ghost Ballers select Jermaine Taylor.
Okay. Jermaine Taylor. I love it. You know, Jermaine Taylor was with the Hogs a couple years ago. He suffered an Achilles injury.
And he was putting up numbers, too.
He was putting up numbers. He was one of their better players. You know, major setback, but what a major comeback right now that he's getting this opportunity again. A guy that still shows he's got athleticism, guy that plays hard, defends, knows when to cut, knows how to move and play off of other players. So if you look at Mike Taylor and the way he likes to play, and Ricky off the pin downs and things like that, Chris Johnson, he's a guy that's going to find his niche within this type of team.
No, I like it. I like the fact that he's back, that he's healthy, that he's playing, because we got a snippet of what he could do a few years ago before the injury. I mean, he had some very exciting games, hit some big shots. Will he be the same player? We don't know. But the opportunity to be back playing, competing, that's all I'm looking for.
You made a great point. You throw in Ricky Davis is scoring, Chris Johnson, what he does at the rim. Mike Taylor is as fun to watch as anybody in the league. He's tough. You had Darnell Jackson here tonight, and then this latest pick. It's rounding into form for the Ghost Ballers.
They can play multiple ways now, but one thing is really Mike Taylor, right? Like, he's the guy dominating the ball. Somebody argumentatively could have been the MVP last year. And so he can play off of that, right? Driving kicks to him, but also Darnell Jackson can be the hub of the offense, getting it at the elbow, guys cutting. He knows how to read cuts and screens and defenses. So Jermaine, I think playing with these guys is going to fit in. And then another aspect is motor. These guys are coming off the bench. You can't come in lackadaisical and try to get in your groove. He knows how this thing goes. Off the bench, you're going to 50, so he'll bring that punch early.
It'll be interesting to see how Coach Gervin utilizes this lineup. That's going to be the key, is how do you utilize the guard play with your bigs and spreading the court. So he got a lot of talent here.
Iceman, he always finds a way, right? He's got the smooth touch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are good problems, right? You want to have a lot of versatility, a lot of guys to choose from. Those are the good problems you want as a coach.
Never can have enough talent, brother. I'll tell you that.
There he is, George Gervin, 4 times, not once, not twice, 4 times he led the NBA in scoring, and he's always a treat on the sideline with the Ghost Ballers.
Yeah, heck of a golfer, too. Love to hit that golf ball, brother. I mean, keep them clubs with him, but I think this might be the year for him right here to really compete.
Jimmy, I don't know how we got him off the course, because he joins us now via Microsoft Teams. Hey, Iceman, you got another pick here, another good one in Jermaine Taylor. What are your thoughts?
I like Jermaine. Jermaine know about the league. I think he's hungry. So I think he'll fit with what we're trying to do. So I got 2 good picks. Looking forward to the season. I got some weight, so that make a big difference with Darnell. It really gonna help. I think give Chris a good chance to float around and not get beat down by the big. So I think that's going to be a plus for us.
Talk about your versatility now. A little bit of a different identity from last year. You're able to do different things, by, like you just mentioned, with Chris Johnson being on the wing. But talk about your versatility just as a whole.
Well, I got history, with Ricky. We know Ricky can score. We know Mike, I think, is definitely one of the best in the league. And, Chris has always been consistent on both ends, on the defensive end and scoring. So now that we got Darnell, and I got an inside presence, I got somebody that got some beef that won't back down. I think that just make us a stronger team. So just adding Jermaine, I think we're ready for anybody.
Well, I just want to know one thing, the most important question: what you shoot today? That's all I want to know.
No, I shot 78, man. I ain't doing no good.
It was an off day for you, man. What's wrong? Missed a couple of short putts? What was it?
Yeah, man. I got to work on my putting, Jack. I got to work on my putting, buddy.
All right, Iceman.
My man.
Thank you so much. We'll see you week 1 in Chicago. All right, we're on to the 18th hole, a.k.a. the final pick in this 2022 Big 3 Draft. And let's send it back over to Cube.
With the last pick in the Big 3 2022 Draft, the 3-headed monsters select AB and Doye.
Okay. And we got another big. He spent a little bit of time with Power. He was a guy that was really just a banger, but he also can extend a little bit. Couldn't really show it in the games, but I saw it at the combine. So I think he's just going to be a guy that can really just complement and fill a void for them, and that's what I see for them.
Well, Reggie, hand issue.
Oh, there you go.
So they needed a big.
Yeah.
So here's an opportunity because your heart and soul of your defense, is questionable in regards to if that hand will heal. So you got to solidify the middle. This is something I think Reggie has thought about, and he's able to fill that void in the second round.
Exactly, and let's not forget, they have co-captain Jonathan Simmons to fill in for Reggie Evans. So that's another key pick for them. So, then we got Rashard, huh?
Former MVP of the Big Three, Rashard Lewis, joining us via Microsoft Teams. Rashard, how much was length a priority with this final pick in the draft?
For us, it was a major priority. We really needed a big. With Reggie getting a hand injury last minute, we was able to a big guy to follow us. He's 7'1", he's a rim protector, and also watching film on him and watching him at the combine, he's able to finish at the rim. We got guards like, of course, Jonathan Simmons, as well as returning Kevin Murphy. Those guys can penetrate, get into the teeth of the defense, drop it off, and he can finish at the rim.
Hey, Rashard. You gonna get back there this year, man? What's up this year, man? You got to go ahead and take it this year?
Man, that's the goal. We always competing for a championship, nothing less than that. We've obviously been in the playoffs every year, but it's tough. This league is tough. It gets better every year. You got guys like Gerald Green, Michael Beasley coming in. The league is younger, and that's another big key for us. He's only 32 years old. That's why we drafted him. We need to get a little bit younger. I'm older. Of course, we got Mahmoud as well. Murph's young, but we also want to mix a little young legs with some old legs in, so we can be able to keep up with these young guys in the league.
Hey, Rashard, Jimmy Jackson, listen, all changes within the roster, but also the guy in the pilot seat. Reggie is coming in there as a head coach. What do you expect from him?
I'm expecting big things from Reggie Theus. I know he's been a coach in the NBA before as well as college, so I know he has the pedigree of giving us a couple of X's and O's and putting us in good positions to get easy buckets when we're not out there just kind of freelancing and playing basketball. Gary Payton was a great coach for us. He did a great job leading us to 4 different playoff runs and trying to win 2 different titles. So, much respect to Gary Payton. I'm sure him and Bill Wagner can do a good job. But I think Reggie Theus, hopefully he can get us over that hump this year.
Rashard Lewis, 3-headed monsters last year in the final in the Bahamas. They are reloaded here for 2022. And guys, 22 picks. Second round comes to a completion. And let's look here at the draft picks in round 2, a couple of Hall of Famers kids going in Drexler and Klein. Corey Brewer, obviously a huge get as well for Bivouac.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's the steal of the second round. There's some really good picks in the second round. There's no slouches here.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think Ice Cube and Jeff understand this. The quality of the league, the excitement of the league is going to come by the players in this league. The name brand, the people, the names that people know, the quality of competition. And we've seen this league evolve into that, from going to a little bit of an older league to really opening the doors for more excitement. And this year, I think, is going to be probably the best ever. The reason why is because of the picks that we see right now and the philosophy of how they want to play is a little bit different. It'll be a lot of fun this summer.
And I also add, there's a lot of players that did not get picked that are talented and can still help a team at some point if an injury happens or anything like that.
Knock on wood that we don't have to worry about that.
Absolutely, we don't want that to happen. But there's a lot of good players that still didn't get picked.
Season 5. This is as good as it gets. You excited?
I can't wait, man. When is June 18th coming around? Everybody seemed like they got what they needed. The bivouac might be a little hot because Gerald didn't get his brother, but he got a great player in Corey. And so I can't wait to see these guys compete, at the highest level. And we are doing everything we can to push the competition to make sure everybody's ready to play. Thomas does a great job for us in our basketball operations and finding players and getting people excited to play in the Big Three. So here we go again.
Hey, this was great.
Yes, sir.
Ice Cube, Big Three in Chicago, June 18th, June 19th. That's week 1 of the 12-week sprint to the final, the championship in this 5th Big Three season. Guys, can't wait.
To the ball, brother. I can't wait.
Let's do it.
Chicago, here we come.
Yay.
Jim Jackson, Thomas Scott, Ice Cube, our entire crew. I'm Ed Cohen. The 2022 Big 3 Drafts in the book from the Microsoft Lounge in Los Angeles. Don't forget, we're with you again in Chicago. Week 1 of this Big 3 season, June 18th in the Windy City, as we sign off for this latest Big 3 Draft from LA. We'll see you in Chicago.
Microsoft Lounge.